Today is a special day in my life because it's October and I'm preparing for Halloween. Shakespeare himself was out there preparing for Halloween with his works. He was doing some ghost stories and some alternate endings and some witches. Each of those made profound impacts not just on the world of literature, but also on the days of Halloween. Probably inspired Halloween. I'm not too sure how Halloween got started. I'm not gonna sit here and try to dig that up. That's not my responsibility. That's for a Halloween expert. My responsibility is to give you the information on Shakespeare. And what I can tell you right now is that the amount of scary stories and the amount of witches he had and all these ghosts and these people who are thinking about killing themselves and whacking them off, well, that alludes to the creation of probably the holiday we love the most, which is Halloween. Now, if you're going to dress up as Shakespeare for Halloween, I'm not going to be like, hey, don't do that. However, people might not get the joke. To get into this class and to kind of understand how deep-rooted that kind of thinking is, you've got to be on some kind of higher level, some kind of profound level of brain activity that the majority of people out there are not going to get. I'll get it. A couple other people out there might get it. But the majority of people won't, and you'll be spending your entire Halloween explaining to people about your costume, and you just sound like a pedantic prick. Don't let that happen to you. Halloween for you is just about mainly being in character, staying in character, getting some candy, and maybe, just maybe, you might get that number from that chick you've been looking for. Now, granted, I know that everyone out there, especially everyone out there watching my show, is not a male. I don't mean to be picking on just 50% of the genders who are watching my fucking show. However, I'm a male, and I speak from personal experiences about my time in Halloween, dressing up, staying in character, and then trying to get that girl's number. However, I never broke character, so don't think that like, hey, I was like breaking character, being like, oh, actually, I'm Professor Rotundi, I do a Shakespeare class, let's go out, and talk about like English stuff. No, that wasn't me. If I dressed up as Beetlejuice, if I dressed up as Dracula, I was Dracula, and I was trying to get the girl's number as Dracula. And that might have terrified them. And it's probably one of the reasons I never have gotten lucky on Halloween. On to Shakespeare. Today's passage is from King Henry VIII. This is where a gentleman says, "May I behold to ask what you contains? May I be bold to ask what that contains?" Let's look at the character of gentleman. Since he doesn't have a name, he's not very worthy, is he? His status in his life and in his existence in the town of England is very low. He's a gentleman. No name given to him. Shakespeare was very choosy with who he gave names. He gave names to important people that you should be remembering, and he gave no names to people that are forgetful. The gentleman says, "May I be bold to ask what that contains?" If you're a gentleman and you don't have a name, and your status is virtually nothing, you're like a peon or an ant that someone could step on and no one would ever fucking care. Well, anything you ask, you've got to be a damn bold person. You got to be bold as hell. You live your life in fear. You wake up in the morning and you're like, wow, maybe I want to get some coffee. Good luck asking somebody for that. You just got to talk up to everybody. "Sir, please, can I have some coffee? Sir, could I be bold enough to have a few ticks of your caffeine?" Think about living life like that. That's what Shakespeare does. He kind of puts you in their shoes. And you got to think about what it might have been like to be a peasant, where you got to just kiss the shoes of everybody you come across. The damn guy says, "May I be bold to ask what that contains?" You think he's going to get that kind of answer from somebody? Kid's lucky to get food. Kid's lucky to even wake up and have air to breathe. He's lucky to still be even having a place to sleep in a town to care about. My God! I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
to go home, to get out of here.